Game is Full of Bugs is a roguelike dungeon crawler about a crafty programmer that finds himself in the middle of an alien bug invasion. Hello and welcome back to Alchemy Ship, my name is Andrash and today I want to quickly show you what's been going on with this game for the past 4 weeks. Now let me just say that most of this month was spent on the initial story and tutorial, and I don't want to get into that too deeply, so I'll just try to show it off a little bit. But first let's start with the gameplay changes. I've added a bunch of new modules and items, so now the game is starting to be playable, and I was also able to somewhat start the balancing process, but I still need to do a lot more before I can finish a demo, which is the next plan. But I have added a major thing, which is energy. Previously you could reload your magazine whenever you ran out of bullets, but now you'll need to spend some energy to do so. Energy charges whenever you're not shooting, and if fully charged, you'll have a couple of magazine reloads before you run out. This was a very interesting change because it only hinders the player, but it somehow made the game a lot more fun because there's some decision making and strategy behind shooting now. You need to keep your current energy in mind, and you also have a reason not to shoot, which is something that is usually very beneficial for any kind of mechanic, but it's not that obvious of a thing to do. But apart from making the game a bit more strategic, energy opened up a lot of interesting use cases. You can have abilities that use energy, you can have super strong bullets that spend energy, but you can also have items and modules that charge it, so this is a really strong thing to focus on, and it can be a part of a really interesting build. And another thing energy achieved is that it made hard levels actually hard. Previously, hard levels just lasted longer but were inherently not really harder, but now, because your energy gets depleted if a level drags out, you can easily get overwhelmed in hard ones. So this is as far as the gameplay changes go. There are obviously again a lot of small additions and improvements, but we've covered the major ones, so let's just move on to the tutorial and the story. But before I do that, I want to quickly thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate if you like it, maybe share it, and down in the comment section below you can let me know what you think about it. Any feedback for the game or the video is greatly appreciated, and I would love to check it out. Also, if you don't want to miss the next update, or if you just want to help me with the channel a bit, you can also subscribe, but now let's get back into it. So as I've mentioned, the majority of my time was spent on the tutorial and the initial story, and I was kind of going back and forth about how detailed I want to do this for the demo, but in the end I just decided to rip the band-aid off and just make something I can be really proud of, and hopefully it gives a good first impression as well. For this, I have further improved the dialogue system and also made a bunch of really cool cutscene animations. This is the player's room where the story will start. Now let me just mention that most of these things, especially the dialogues, are a work in progress, but for now I just want to have the things in place and I can polish them later. So let me just show you a couple of sneak peeks from the starting area that is then immediately followed by the tutorial, which I'm trying to make in a way where the player really figures stuff out on their own, so there's no random NPC or just floating text that explains everything, but the character makes those realizations on their own. Currently, the whole process of starting and learning the game and you actually getting to the first run are in place, and I'm really happy about that. I have also added the headquarters, but the thing is really bare bones for now, but later this will be the place where you move the meta progressions forward, and it will also serve as a kind of hub for the game. I still have to do a lot of polishing for all these things, all the sounds are still missing from it, so this is the plan for the next week, and hopefully I can have the whole thing done by the end of the month. And that's it! Thank you again for taking the time to watch this video, and if you want to follow the development more closely, these are the other places where you can find me, they're gonna be linked down below. And if you want to be notified about the next time I upload the video, hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you up in the next one. Cheers! But first, let's start with the gameplay changes. But first, let's start with the gameplay changes.